Hey guys, Andrew McFarland from StartAJuiceBar here. Hope you guys are feeling amazing. And today we are talking about how do you know what your hours of operation should be? Now before we get into it, if you guys are new to the channel and you don't know who I am and you don't know what we do, for the last 10 years, myself and our agency have been running our own juice bar businesses as well as helping many people like yourself launch and grow their existing juice bar businesses all around the world. And so, diving into today's topic, how do you know what your hours of operation should be? You're just getting started, you haven't launched your business yet, and you're figuring out, should we be open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.? How do we know? Now, the reality of the situation is everybody is in a different circumstance. Some people are going to open their juice bar businesses downtown. Some people are going to open them in the suburbs. Some of you guys are in other countries. And I want to give you some principles to think about in order to come to the conclusion of what the best hours of operations are going to be for you. The thing that made me feel inspired to, as most of the time I get these questions and I feel called to start videos and create video content about these things. We have a client right now that is just about to open, and he asked me this question and I walked him through this process, and so want to give you guys some insight around this. This particular client is across the street from a gym, and so obviously your hours are going to want to be built around the flows of traffic in your area. So I asked this client, considering that your juice bar is opening up across from the gym, when does the first round of customers and clients at that gym start to finish their workout? And he said around 7:30, 8 a.m. And I said, okay, great. That's going to be around the time that you're going to want to open, because people don't generally, and some people do, but generally people don't consume smoothies or juices before they go to the gym. Sometimes they might have something to give them a little bit of energy, but they probably will do that at home. But after the gym, the first thing they're going to be thinking about is, how do I get some nutrition into my body? And so he wants to be open just as that's happening. And then the next question was, when do people finally start leaving the gym? When's the last round of a rush leaving that particular gym? And this is something that you can, if you don't have a close relationship and you're not a member of that gym or whatever the business is, you can go and ask the managers there. They'll give you some insight. And for him, it's later in the evening. Now, all that being said, I highly recommend you don't go ahead and start printing out big posters and signs that are going to overly commit you to these specific hours. This is one of the reasons I always suggest our clients do a soft opening. And your soft opening might range from a couple of weeks to maybe even a month, maybe even a month and a half. You'll have to see. There's a lot of factors that are going to go into play in terms of when you do your soft opening versus when you do your grand opening. But one of the benefits of a soft opening is it gives you some time to have flexible hours, to start to feel when the customers are coming in, when it's slow, when it's busier, right? And so another little tip I want to give you in this process of figuring your hours out are to train your staff, especially early on. This should generally be the case to a certain degree, no matter what, but especially early on, tell them to never turn a customer away. The worst thing you want to do in the first phase of your business is have your staff have a customer show up at 7:02, and just because on paper you're supposed to close at 7 p.m., they tell them, oh, sorry, we're closed, we can't help you. That's not the best approach, because your customers are going to be the ones that should dictate your hours. The demand that they're bringing should tell you when you should stay open and when you should stay closed. And so if you start to see that maybe, for example, during your soft opening, you're open until 7 p.m., but at 6:59, customers are showing up, at 7:02, customers are showing up, at 7:15, you still have a good influx of customers, then guess what? That might mean you want to extend your hours a bit. Now, don't do this on the first impulse because there are anomalies. And if you're just getting open, you might have a strong wave of people who are really, really interested in your business, but they might eventually even out and find their pace of being able to join your business during certain hours. So you want to see this as a pattern. And so if you start seeing on your sales reports, if you're not actually in the store, wow, people are coming in after 7 p.m. and we're getting a good number of sales, you know what? We need to schedule the labor for this. And so we need to maybe change our schedule around so that way we're not having overtime. But you're going to want to play with it because food service is all about, in many ways, making very intelligent and accurate assumptions. Now, you're not going to always be 100% with the assumptions that you make, but after running your business for a period of time, you're going to have more historical data that is going to teach you how to adapt. And so this is really the strategy you want to use in order to figure out what your operating hours should be, because everywhere is different. There is not going to be a one-size-fits-all. You're in different states, different populations, different areas within your state. I notice, for example, when I'm in Australia, that's a place I travel to a lot of the businesses there will close in the middle of the day, right? They don't have the same population as a city like Los Angeles does in most cities in Australia, and so they don't have the influx. They've got to save on costs, and so they might open for breakfast until lunch, midday between 2 and 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. All the businesses, or a majority of them, might be closed down, and they might reopen for dinner when there's another rush. Now, doesn't mean you have to close your business during certain times. You're going to figure it out with your scheduling in order to balance your labor in response to your sales. Now, that's a whole huge art form, and this is something that if you need more support, we can help you with in detail. If you want to reach out to me personally at Andrew@StartAJuiceBar.com, we can talk about how we can help you more deeply in the process of the operations of your business and every element to make sure you're actually doing it right. But for this video, I really wanted to give you the principles of how to think about your operating hours. Don't overcommit. Be flexible in the first phase. You might even find, as we're seeing with some of our other clients, that many times in different times of the year, you will change your operating hours. For winter times when the sun is going down earlier, it's colder, you might want to have to tighten up on your labor. You might change from closing at, let's say, 7 p.m. normally during the summer months to closing at 5 p.m. Right? You might have to adjust. And so it's all about making intelligent decisions based on the feedback that you're getting. So you have to look for it, train your staff to adjust and adapt, and then you'll get to the point where you might start to understand the demand more. Last little tip I'll leave you with. If you guys are cold pressing and you have a grab and go, one of the things that you can do if you've already started to close up your kitchen, meaning you started to clean things, it is a hassle if a customer comes in after you've already started closing things down to then pop out the blender again and start making another smoothie. But something that I always train my staff to do is let customers know if they come in and it's a little bit later, they can always grab things from the grab and go. That's ready, it's prepared, it's simple, and then they have certain things to choose from. And usually customers know if they've shown up after operating hours. They're pretty understanding as to, and actually grateful to the fact that you're allowing them to buy things a little bit after hours. So that's a little trick and tip that you can utilize as well. So hope you guys have liked this video. If you liked the video, press the like button. Last announcement, actually, depending on when you're watching this video, hopefully it's before JuiceCon, I'm going to be speaking there. This event is in Miami. It's November 9th and 10th. We have a special coupon code if you guys want to get $50 off your ticket. It's StartAJuiceBar.com. This will give you $50 off. And this event, if you don't know about it, it's the second year that it's been running. Last year was in LA. It's where all of the experts and other people who are running these juice bar businesses all get together. Good Nature puts this event on, and they are one of the leading cold press juicer manufacturers, and this is a great opportunity. You guys get to meet me in person. I'd love to talk to you about how we can help you and just get to know everyone out there in the community. You also get to meet other people and see what their journeys are and just network. I feel like it's really powerful through osmosis, through connecting with other individuals, for you to really kickstart your vision if you're not up and running yet. And so join me there. It'll be in Miami soon. And last things that I want to mention is if you're not following us on Instagram, you definitely want to do that. Start a juice bar there. We also have a podcast, so if you're ever on the way to work or you're jogging or whatever it is and you want to listen to some of this content, you can find us on Spotify. You can find us on iTunes. It's the Juice Bar Experts podcast there. And as always, if you guys do need more in-depth support, we have a full spectrum agency. We can help you from everything from developing your menu to helping to train your staff on site and everything in between. So feel free to reach out to me. We'd love to discuss how we can help you get your business off the ground. As always, this is Andrew McFarland from StartAJuiceBar.com. Hope you guys are healthy, hope you're thriving, and I'll see you guys at the next one. All right, take care. I hope you guys have been enjoying all of the content. If you're in a place where you are really inspired to start your juice business, but you're not exactly sure what the next steps are, for you, we've created a free ebook, The 15 Steps to Starting Your Juice Business from Scratch. This is going to give you an overview of everything that you need to do from just having a concept all the way to launching your business. Beyond that, if you're inspired to go even deeper, we've created an online course, the Juice Bar Master Blueprint, that is going to go into great detail into every single area of launching a successful juice business. There's links for both of these in the description below. I know you'll find a lot of value out of them. As always, wishing you guys a lot of success, and I'll see you at the next video.